I don't think we have had a transfer window as exciting as this one. Mikel Arteta has apparently set a deadline for the transfers of Raphinha and Lisandro Martinez. He needs them at the Emirates Stadium before Arsenal fly for their trip in the USA. That is before 17th July. Right then, lads, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in all parts of the world. Thank you so much for joining me once again as we travel through Arsenal transfer news updates this summer. Amazing summer, amazing updates, and the channel is also amazing. You guys are amazing, and I am amazing as well. And Mikel is amazing, and everyone is amazing, and everything is amazing. Surely, the world is a very good place to live in at the moment. If you are an Arsenal fan, United, except. Now, listen, let's get into what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about the ultimatum that Mikel Arteta has set for Edu and the transfer team to complete Raphinha and Lisandro Martinez deals. That is according to Charles Watts, reliable journalist, very reliable journalist. And also we'll talk about Raphinha and what is happening with Chelsea now. It's crazy. It's crazy. But I know we will get this done. The Raphinha deal, the Lisandro Martinez deals will get done. Mikel Arteta could not ask for them if he believes they will not get done. So I'm going to be telling you about Raphinha and the latest on that transfer. Obviously, it's been a Gabriel Jesus stay, but it's over. He arrived at the Emirates today. He's done his medicals. He's signed his contract. He's doing his Arsenal media at the moment. And later, we will get an announcement for the number 9. But to dive into what I want to talk about today, hit the like button, by the way. Let's get this video to 800 likes. And just subscribe to the channel because we're very close to 50,000 subscribers. Now, look, first and foremost, Mikel Arteta has set an ultimatum for Edu and the transfer team to get Raphinha and Lisandro Martinez. Now, apparently, according to Charles Watts, Mikel Arteta has told Edu and the transfer team, he needs to get Raphinha and Lisandro Martinez before the team travels to USA. Now, I've told you about our preseason plans and what is going to happen. If you've not known what is happening with Arsenal and our preseason starts on the 8th of July. We'll play Nuremberg, then we'll play FC Cologne on the 16th. And then on the 18th, I think that is when we'll be traveling. I think we'll be traveling on the 17th to USA, and between 18th and 20th, we'll start our games in the USA. We'll play Orlando City on the 18th of July. So before the 18th of July, before the 17th of July, Mikel Arteta has told Edu those two should be Arsenal players. How quick is Edu going to act on these ones? Quite very, very fascinating, because I'm going to tell you the complications of the deal. This video is all about telling you how hard the deals could be and how easy we can make them be. But look, this is absolute class of a mentality from Mikel Arteta. Guys, we need to give him a round of applause. Yeah, I've been Mikel Arteta out all my life, ever since he signed for Arsenal, and I never understood what he was trying to do until last season when I saw him, trying to build that kind of 4-3-3, that kind of dominance on the pitch. And then I understood maybe what he's trying to do is trying to build a team for the future, not a team to win the Europa League or the Premier League today, but a team that can dominate football in the future. And when I understood that, I started seeing the kind of positives that many Arsenal fans were saying that actually I was not saying, because I was blinded by the Mikel Arteta out agenda. And if you're still Mikel Arteta out and you believe he's a bad manager at the moment, I do not 100% disagree with you, but I hope you can see that kind of positivity that is trying to push into Arsenal at the moment, trying to take us to the level where we belong. The likes of Gabriel Jesus able to sign for Arsenal now, players like Raphinha competing with Barcelona, turning the head of Raphinha away from Barcelona, turning the head of Raphinha away from Chelsea, and trying to convince him that this is the best place for you. Yes, we might not be in the UEFA Champions League like Barca and Chelsea, but we have something going on, and this is a big club, and surely we're going to be back at the top. And trying to convince those players successfully, I think is really, really done well. If you look at the amount of quality he's brought in through the door, Partey, Gabriel Jesus, Aaron Ramsdale, Gabriel Magalhaes, Ben White, and a couple of others like of course, I can mention 22, 25 Arsenal players on my fingertips. Everybody knows that. But I think Mikel deserves some credit. And now, after Arsenal signing Gabriel Jesus, the mentality at the club, a long time ago was, well, we've signed in a player. We are going to rest now. We'll sign another one in July and another one in August. Mikel is not allowing that. After signing in Fabio Vieira, you've seen the urgency, you've seen the speed, you've seen the relentless Arsenal, the relentlessness Arsenal have used in getting in Gabriel Jesus. It's been absolute top class. All clubs like Chelsea, all clubs like Manchester United are still struggling to negotiate deals at the moment. They're still struggling to get in players through the door. They're struggling with Raheem Sterling. They're struggling with the likes of Tyrell, Malaysia, players I've never even heard of. Arsenal are signing in top quality players from clubs that are in the UEFA Champions League and bringing them to a club that even doesn't have the UEFA Champions League. We've signed in Fabio Vieira from a club that won their championship, FC Porto. So FC Porto could have guaranteed him UEFA Champions League, or staying there another year actually meant that he could join a club like Liverpool, like any other club, Barca, Madrid, any other club. But the moment the fact that Arsenal have managed to turn the head of those players, it's phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal. I love the mentality, and I am really loving the mindset. And the other part of the mindset I'm loving is urgency. Get it done early. That's what we were always saying. Get it done early. You don't have to waste a lot of time. So listen, I got lost, didn't I? Now, look, Mikel has told Edu and the transfer team they need to get these deals done. They need to get these 2 deals done before Arsenal fly to the USA. That is a super ultimatum. And I'm going to tell you 2 reasons why that is absolutely beautiful and it works in our favor. One, Leeds United have set an ultimatum for Raphinha. You remember I talked about that in the morning today and also yesterday, didn't I? So Leeds have put an ultimatum for the Raphinha transfer. And they've said, look, if you're going to sign Raphinha, then it's going to be this week or next week. Otherwise, he's going to start playing preseason for us and we might consider him as our player next season. Now, Arsenal, this is kind of, setting yourself a more strict deadline compared to, the deadline that has been set by your boss. Because at the moment, you can consider Leeds United as our boss, right? In that Raphinha race. And what Mikel has done here is very, very absolutely clever. You know what he's done? He said he's gone, Barca have a lot of problems, so they need a lot of time to find their own footing, right? Chelsea are still struggling with Sterling. They have not even decided on who their key transfer priority are. They've not decided. They want 2 centre-backs. They want a full-back. They want a striker. They want a winger, and they're not even sure who's going to go out of the door and who's going to come in. So the disorder at Chelsea will take some time until they can sieve it through. Barca, we cannot speak. We cannot speak again about Barca. I've spoken about Barca the whole day, and I've told you where they are. So Mikel has said the advantage Arsenal have over Chelsea and Barcelona are 2. 1, time. We've signed our transfer priority in Gabriel Jesus. This week we have the time to get Lisandro Martinez deal done, and also to get Raphinha done. And it's also said we have the resources better than Barcelona, probably not better than Chelsea, because at the moment we do not know where Chelsea stand financially, but we might not be better than them. But we have the time, right? We have the time, and we have already identified our priorities. What Chelsea are doing now is what Arsenal did a couple of months ago, identifying priorities, right? So when he says, I want them as early as this, it means he believes these deals are doable, and they're doable early enough in the transfer window. So listen, I think the Lisandro Martinez deal is going to come next. I don't think Raphinha is going to be that easy because I'm going to tell you much about that. But I think Lisandro Martinez is going to come next. Right now, Manchester United are fighting to complete Frankie de Jong, which I think is a done deal for me. And they're also completing Tyrese. I think it's called, the boy is called, is it Tyrese Malacia from Feyenoord, right? So as United work on those two deals simultaneously, Arsenal have the time to go and complete the Lisandro Martinez deal, right? And I think that is done. 40 million euros, I told you that bid is hard for a club like Ajax to turn down. It's very, very hard. So as United work on, Malacia and De Jong, Arsenal are working on Lisandro Martinez, right? As Barca think about where to get the money to buy Raphinha, Arsenal are tabling their next bid. Now, the only problem with Raphinha and the deal right now is what Matt Dillow has actually reported a few minutes ago, that Chelsea are seriously considering rivaling Arsenal in the Raphinha deal. Calm down. Just hit the like button and leave this for me. Calm down, right? Just hit the like button and leave this for me. Now, to make sense of this, Chelsea were the favorites in the Premier League, among all the Premier League clubs, to get Raphinha. Now, they are considering rivaling Arsenal. Does it make any sense for you? I mean, does it send any signals? Because it does to me. And what kind of signals am I getting? Arsenal are way ahead of Chelsea in this race. We are 100% way ahead of Chelsea in this race, right? And I think at the moment, what Chelsea will be considering and what Chelsea will be thinking about is, if we fail to get Raheem Sterling, we'll go for Raphinha. I don't think they will go for both of them. No, they have Christian Pulisic. They have Hakim Ziyech. He might leave to Milan, but he's still available. He's still around. They have Kai Havertz, and now they're adding Raheem Sterling. I think this deal for Chelsea only makes sense if they fail to get Raheem Sterling. I do not see how they're going to fail to get Raheem Sterling. According to Fabrizio, a new offer is incoming. Manchester City have already agreed to sell, and the players already agreed to join them. So there is no way whatsoever in any way, shape, or form. There is no world where they fail to get Raheem Sterling unless they fail to agree on personal terms. So Sterling to Chelsea means Raphinha off. Absolutely. So saying, Raphinha, Chelsea are considering bidding for Raphinha or rivaling Arsenal for Raphinha, it doesn't make any sense, really. It doesn't make any sense unless you're blowing the trumpet for Arsenal that Arsenal are leading the rest to sign Raphinha. Just say it directly that Arsenal are leading the rest to sign Raphinha, and Chelsea could be, gambling. So for me, at this point in time, the mentality, the mindset at this football club has clearly and surely turned. Mikel Arteta, even if he doesn't, take us to win the titles and UEFA Champions League, at this point in time, I'm going to say thank you so much. It's not easy to get money out of pricks like the Cronkies. It's not that easy. Those guys 100% understand what it means to destroy a football club. They understand 100% what it means to, deter and get a football club malnourished. They can do it, and we are first-hand examples. And the fact that Mikel has come in, talked to them, pushed them into spending, it's marvelous. So this week, Mikel Arteta, not this week, sorry, but before we travel to the SA, Mikel Arteta wants 2 signings done: Lisandro Martinez and Raphinha. Will we get them done? Lisandro, yeah. Raphinha, complicated deal. Very, very complicated deal. But since we are running the odds and we are leading the race, why not? Let's just keep the optimism burning and flying. Speak to you soon.